Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Epulze Royal Sea Cup, and of course, this is the Infinite Series. I'm LeonardLee, also known as YoloLee, and joining me once again after that first amazing game is PlayOfTheJay. But first and foremost, thank you all of you viewers for joining us here today. This is the group stage, so Group B. By the way, we had such an amazing game for both of our Singaporean teams, and of course, thank you our fellow panelists, Alva Plus, Gideon, and Zero for such a very informative introduction.
Absolutely, and looking forward to continuing with the Ignition series here, and we're going to be loading in here very soon as these teams are already going to be picking their sides. So we're heading to map number 2 of Resurgence versus Paper Rex, and we saw a scintillating matchup just now, 9-13 in favor of Paper Rex.
Yes.
And of course, we're going to be shifting over now to Bind, as this is going to be Resurgence's map pick. And what do you think we can expect to see coming out from them? Are they going to be able to get an even score in this series?
It's going to be really hard to tell because both teams are very aggressive. I'm more interested in what kind of lineup composition would they want to go for. Whoops, but looks like here on the map of Bind here, we see literally a swap in their lineup composition. Very mirror-like, but most importantly, they both swap out their omens, and even for the side here of Resurgence, it's going to be their omens and even their Sova, replacing it with both the Brimstone and the rest, and Sage as well. Ooh, they actually swap out three of their lineup composition from the previous game, whereas Paper Rex here, they're just only going to swap out one, and that's going to be their Omen for the Brimstone, which is totally understandable as well. Res and Brimstone is really great on this map, and it's really important as well because there's a lot of tight corners and angles and entries that you really need to utilize before pushing towards the side.
Yeah, and now it looks like we are underway here as we're going to be seeing them go for a little bit more of a split push in the case of Resurgence, as now they're trying to just fill out this defense coming out from Paper Rex. Paper Rex going to be having the Cypher play going on the B side. We'll be able to catch them if they jump through the window, but right now they're just trying to gather a little bit more intel, and now we can already see that we're going to have Pandemonia starting to, sorry, not Pandemonia, Germ actually rotating around the side here. Jab is going to be able to get the first pick here onto Brandon, and now B side is going to be overloaded right now. Only 3 players remain or trying to rotate over here from the A side. 2 through the teleporter. Jab though, he's going to take down Redla, and Ego is with the double.
Oh my god, Ego is currently on the roll with a classic as well. Very classic coming from Ego is after experiencing and witnessing his gameplay for the first game. By the way, here comes the beauty of the Sage, right? Really great at slowing down the pushes and really setting up for that spike plan. So instantly they push it from Bass from the A side here, instantly drop down that spike. Now all they have to do is buy a little bit more time, and beautiful usage of that Cloud Burst as well. Just try to slow things down here for the rest of the team. Sorry, not Cloud Burst, Sky Smoke here. My bad, ladies and gentlemen.
And right now, with the Sage Wall being set up here, this is so difficult to pistol around here, but they're banging through it here. Germ and Japto, they're going to take down JD Faker and Pandemonia. It's a 1v2 situation. Ego is trying to do what he can. He gets the headshot onto Evo. He's going to go for a bit of a defuse if he can, but he's being played here. But no, Jab goes down. The ace here for Ego is in round number 1, and he's not having enough time to deal with it. So unfortunate. But that is going to be Resurgence up on the board first here.
Yeah, the crowd goes wild. Paper Rex, or in this case for Ego, is here. First double kill with the classic. Then follow up with the swapping with the weapons here with the ghost as well. Nothing can stop this man as he's constantly going on a slaughter. But then again, with this first... But then again, it's still not going to be good enough because Resurgence still got the win here.
Oh yeah, and Resurgence going to demonstrate early on why it's their map pick, but of course, that was a very narrow win, but they're going to go full anti-eco here, going to be picking up a number of Spectres now. They are going to be pushing quickly down A short, and going to be using the Raze utility to clear out U-Haul expertly here, but Vanaf, he's going to just be chilling out here. He knows that there's going to be potential close range damage that's going to be awaiting here, but JD Baker not able to deal with Banap there, and now the plant is down. The wall going to be again impeding here as that default plant on truck is going to be working wonders.
And we're still holding on the line until you see the rest of the team trying to push into the room. Here comes the flash. It's going to be a great opening, but then again, Banap so literally can predict exactly what's going to be happening, but the timing as well for the fact is not going to be working in his favor, as Jill was able to trade things off. But Banner, look at this, now it's going to be coming down to a 1v3 here, and our last man standing is going to be Rella. He tries to hold on the point, but looks like Mordecai is just going to see the deal with a beautiful headshot on that ghost.
Oh, but Paper Rex dealing significant damage. Two of the members, they're going to drop down, but again, that's going to help them decide to start leveling up their weapons straight away. But again, it's going to be a mixed match of weapons here. It's going to be a weaker set of firepower coming out for Resurgence, as this next round is going to be a real test for them. If they can get significant damage done against Paper Rex, they would consider that going to be a little bit of a success, because they can bounce back in the subsequent round after that. As this fall by, there's nothing left in the tank here, but now we are seeing already some smokes coming down here to fake it out here on the A side of things while they're waiting all the way to B.
A lot of damage is going to be prepared to be done as well. But look at Resurgence. Two of their members going to be saving their weapons here, using it from the last one. There's going to be two Spectres, but they still have a couple of rifles to contend against Paper Rex. Now here comes the execution, but beautiful timing with the cyber case. The minute that flashpoint, the minute he spotted out that flashpoint, now they realize, okay, they spotted us out here towards this window. We have to fall back and prepare for a potential backstab, which is exactly which they have that prediction on point as well.
Oh yeah, and they don't have a tripwire set up here in market, unless it's been taken out a bit earlier. Not quite able to see here, but oh, Pandemonia, he is absolutely waiting here to deal with this, and oh, he's able to catch Germ off guard. Now they know the potential threat of this flank, but they're all going to be streaming down onto the B long side. They might pile into the teleporter yet again, as it did work dividends in round number 1.
Oh, anyway, I just love the reaction coming from one of the team. Fully decided to go for this rotation, but then again, Paper Rex didn't realize that Resurgence actually played them like a fool. But who's the fool now? As Paper Rex was still able to turn things around, having two members defending that B side, and both with Rattler and Egoist in hand, they were able to seal the deal with a flawless round.
Oh, that delicious crossfire coming out from Elbow and Cubby side. It's going to be detrimental here, but again, damage it's going to be quite significant, but not irreparable. But ideally, we're going to have to see Resurgence really empty the bank here to try and make a dent into the likes of Resurgence here, if they really want to come, or Paper Rex here, they really want to come out with it.
Oh, dude, but it was a really great baiting, right? They literally even forced the Sova to rotate towards this A side. So we're literally talking about a 4v2 here on towards that B, but they were still able to hold the line with the crossfire. But anyway, here comes the engagement. Here comes the Sky Bomb. It's a beautiful fall by. They're just running straight towards the side. Even though the location is being revealed, they do not want to hold back. But Brandon setting things up as he picks up Resurgence and still going on the roll with a double kill with a headshot on that Phantom of Mordecai. Still holding down the line. And so here comes the retro rotation here. Shock bolt as well.
Oh, Brandon getting the triple kill here on the round, but now they're starting to press the advantage. They have 4 kills already in their favor. Jab, he's got not a lot of hope here. He's going to get the tap there onto Brandon and JD Faker, but that's still not going to be enough for him to walk away with the round win. But Paper Rex loses 3 guns in that instance, and it wasn't even a full-strength Resurgence team.
Oh, dude, I can tell you this. This is the definition of the cyborg cowboy. I don't know how many times people just see that, oh, he just looks like a cyborg cowboy, but he doesn't look like it. But this game, Jab the boy with the sheriff. He's literally putting all the stops in that round.
Oh, but Brandon shutting down everyone coming out here from Resurgence, and that's again going to be a little bit of a difficult situation to be in. But of course, with that pistol buy coming out from Resurgence, they're going to get a full buy now. But oh, we're seeing JD Faker busting out the Odin. We did see some Odin plays come out yesterday. In particular, is more on the Ascent side of things, and of course there are going to be some options available here on Bind as well.
Especially since JD Faker, who is currently playing as the Sova on the defending side, positioning himself towards an area where he knows he's going to be able to wall bang with that Odin. And let me tell you something, when you're about the entire attack team is about to feel the pain if they're not careful and not knowing that there is an Odin inside this game. That's pretty much why it's very important to know exactly what weapon you're actually dealing with. If it's an AR, you're fine with picking, but you want to hide behind the wall for cover. Against an Odin, let's be honest, that is never going to be a fun matchup. Ooh, beautiful pickup coming up from Brandon.
Oh, Brandon, he's able to get the first engagement here, but they're piling here into B, but it's going to be a Rolling Thunder coming out from elbow side of things that's going to halt things now. Brandon able to take down Mordecai with no luck at all, and it's going to be a full sweep here as there's not a lot of luck going on, and it's only 3 players here from Paper able to deliver.
Oh my god, let me tell you who is going to be delivering And it was literally our different paper racks from the last round. Brandon and Redline delivered it so perfectly as they was able to pick up so many members. But most importantly, look at the aggressive play coming from Brandon from that round. He knows he has his tailwind followed by that Blaze Storm. He was so confident to just jump right into the mix here and just pick them off one by one. And surprising the fact, JD Faker still has his own.
Yeah, and well, I mean, he didn't have a lot to do in that round, but that means also that Resurgence doesn't know that it's on the cards. But now they're going to have this eco round. You'll see how they want to try and attack here on the A side. Brendan, though, he could be influencing things a little bit as well. He has shifted over to this side, going to be a bit unpredictable, but the Odin here, the spray is going to be able to catch him moving over towards the truck side of things. JD Faker is now gathering so much intel. Brandon also laying the smackdown here on Jack, the boy, as he gets taken down, but it's a clean sweep, and it's all been down to seemingly 2 players. Redla also going to chime in as, yeah, that was a very comprehensive defense coming out from minimal manpower.
It's totally understandable as well, because we're talking about Bind here, who's literally like a defender side of the map as well. And with the positioning coming for both this team, Jet, let's be honest, Jet, who is literally playing here for the side here, Paper Rex, who's playing with the operator. I'm not going to highlight it too much. But JD Faker able to pull up a double kill with the Odin, despite that kind of crossfire and situation. I think that's really something notable, because they were going up against a lot of painful people here.
Oh yeah, but again, pistol round, so now Resurgence, they need to try and swing momentum back in their favor, not able to do enough economic damage in the previous round. But of course, they are going to be a little bit indecisive now how they want to try and approach this. They did go for a very fast-paced start at to really kick off this second map of the day, but since then, they've been kind of second-guessing themselves, as they really do not want to throw away this gun round. They're going to be able to get the intel there onto Brandon. He's going to get tagged here by the sensitive dart, and now looks like they're going to be piling through the A-short side of things here. He's forced back towards the shower side of things. The plant is going to be going down at default.
Beautiful. The spike has already been planted. Now all they have to do is just fall back and just buy a little bit more time. They're in position and getting ready to defend. Now it all comes down to the pick shots. Who's able to pick top full? And this is the defense where I realized it's going to be really crucial, and instantly was able to shut down Evo. Now they have a little bit more control. Although yes, the aftershock would not be able to connect on Rella, but here in center the position with the Cyber Kid's going to try to buy him a little more time. Finds the Cyber, but again, this is Jack the boy, and he will sustain with the Vandal, and he's still going on. But Brandon, he won't be able to pick up Jack the boy, but finally, a little bit too much to ask to go for this 1v3 and for this defuse. Sadly, he will fall here.
Oh, there's excellent post-plant positioning taken there by Resurgence to take the round. And they really have to thank Pandemonia as well for his ultimate that he managed to bring down on the U-Haul, maybe a little bit later than he would have liked, but at the end of the day, the positioning here just going to be absolutely exemplary, as they're going to be able to catch them out. Retla, great positioning as well from the pocket side as well.
At the same time, it was really crucial for Evo to hold that room as well, because he needed to try to deny as many entries as much as possible. But eventually, Redla was able to pull the win. But anyway, beautiful engagement and trade-off coming from both Brandon and Mordecai. And with Brandon out of the count as well, there goes their operator too. Oh, sorry, not really operator, but in this case, with the Vandal, one man down here, but it's still a 4v4 in this 8th round. And I just love the fact that coming from RSG, they're playing it a little bit slow, because they also realize that Paper Rex, they like to play a little bit offensive. But here goes Spotsy towards the wall, trying to go for the wallback, but the aftershock retaliation and instantly through the cyber cage will end it with that one single bullet on Redla.
Yeah, and now they have got this overload situation onto B side. It's coming in very slow for Paper Rex in terms of rotation. They are going to start having that movement coming out from JD Faker. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do much, but that has already prompted the counter rotation from Resurgence. This is nice. This is what I want to see from them. As so far in this half, they've been a little bit focus on going for one site when they set their mind to it. I think maybe the round 1 was the exception, where they went through the teleporter, but now with this movement here, it is really stretching them a little bit thin.
Yeah, but either way, still going to be having a beautiful engagement with the flashpoint. Ooh, Sky smoke, but they notice it towards his back wall. But then again, this is the Sage wall. He's already popped up with the barrier orb, and now he's going to be trying to plant this spike. But beautiful reaction coming from JD Faker, trying to break down the wall as fast as possible, but with a quick swing reaction coming with the Cyber Kid. But Sally out there in front of 4, but the smite has been planted. Now it comes up to this 2v4. Jack the boy, he has to hold down the line, and only one man standing out there for breach. Egoist has to hold on.
Oh, Pandemonia, the last player left standing. He's going to be trying to get this Phantom out as best as he can, but he's got problems. There's still going to be the presence coming in here from Redla, but looks like Evo is going to go down. And now Redla trying to continue to carry the torch. Not going to be disappointing there, as just no HP remaining. And definitely going to see a little bit more of the sparks of rivalry coming to fruition in front of our eyes.
But really well played also coming from the side of Resurgence. Really taking things slow. I believe all this started back in round 7 because they started to hold back a bit. They're like, alright, they might be aggressive, they might hold back. We will only engage because we have this planned lineup. Like, how many times have we seen them only engaging or planning towards this A once they know full information who is on A side? And with the Sage Wall as well, they full advantage with all the covers they have to just plant this spike and just hold down the point. So really well played coming from Resurgence starting from round number 7. They maintained it in round number 8, but will it work in this current round number 9?
Resurgence really values being able to bring all of their utility to bear in a single engagement, and that's been the hallmark so far. So I think if the intel is going to be good here for Paper Rex. Oh, looks like Brandon takes out Mordecai here with the peek. Then they're going to be able to get an inkling whether or not that they're geared towards that site. Not right now. It is currently all tied up 4-4, and with that early pick here, this could be what Paper Rex needs here to regain the lead if they're going to be able to catch up Ben Af. Currently he's not going to be on the jet this game, but still going to be trying to strut his stuff. Oh, it's the flash! Completely blind. He's not able to see him, but it doesn't even matter. He still gets Brandon, and that's going to be a better even set of trades here in this game.
Oh my god! And the thing is, I'm trying to understand is, was this a team flash? Like, did he got flashed by his own team? Because where RSG Breach fell was actually towards that middle. So I'm really curious that he get flashed by his own teammate. Really unfortunate. Yeah. But anyway, Redla, beautiful pickup, trying to trade things off. Now it's gonna be coming down to a 4v3. Scratch that's gonna be down to the 4v2. But here comes the orbital strike by JD Faker, constantly going down, picking on 2 members with such an insane skill play. Now all comes of Sally. The round will finally end as Eagles will seal the deal in round number 9.
Oh my goodness, and wow, JD Faker with the Hunter's Fury going to be absolutely decimating the Resurgence line there, and all still piled up in the A short. There's nothing that they can do it. You could say it's an absolute meat grinder right there, but this is going to be the chance here to bounce back. The economy is going to be a little bit of a knife's edge here for Resurgence. They can still afford to go for this full buy, but they're still up against this impressive stack of weapons here that Paper Rex is still going to have. They have the Odin in place, but it's not going to look like Pandemonia straight away getting tapped here by Ben Af. The pacing here is going to be absolutely detrimental here to their aspirations to win this round. Mordecai also going to get a kill here. Now they have got control on this short side of things here, but they're still trying to influence things. The shock darts coming out here, and Evo's going to get wall bang.
Oh my god, he's literally spraying and praying at this point, but now JD Faker is just having the time of his life, and with that vision they're going to try to go for another wallbang by Sally. With the reaction he will be able to sidestep this, but here comes the rolling thunder as Mordecai and Jump engage at the right timing as well. Was able to pick up 2 members, and Mordecai with his double kill on Redla.
Oh, a must-win round here for Resurgence, and they deliver with a plum. And who would have thought Rolling Thunder would be the natural counter here to an Odin, right? Oh, yeah. So, of course, we see it not going to be having the influence, and I think tried to shoot through a wall that I'm not sure even an Odin can wallbang, but he did manage to at least take down Evo, as he's proving to be that master of A-side, but it wasn't going to be enough, as we're going to see Resurgence tie it up once again.
It was a really crucial round for Resurgence as well, because should they fall there, then they had to go for a full eco, and that's going to give such a huge advantage to Paper Rex to really tie things up. But with that nice pickup and play coming from Resurgence, they managed to tie the round here to 5-5. They have enough weapons, and sadly Paper Rex also still has enough money in the bank to follow with it. By the way, beautiful coming from JD Faker, picking up a great trade out. Now it's going to be coming down to a 4v3.
Oh, but the Blade Storm here. Good for Brandon. He's going to be piling on through. He gets a second. Not able to get a third just yet here. But looks like Ben Af will shut him down. But how much damage has been done to Resurgence here on this round that they need to continue the momentum. Benaf, he keeps going in there, and I'm not sure if he needed to make such a play. I think in that 1v3 scenario, I admire the confidence, but with it stacked against you, maybe you might want to save it for the next round, unless afford to get this full buy on this final round of the half.
No, but maybe at this point it's like swag points, you know, like boom, baby, blast charge comes in with the showstopper. Maybe a little bit too close for comfort, but still, he pulled it off 1-for-1. I guess it's alright. I'll give it the swag points for that. But yesterday, definitely is more advisable if you really played that round a little bit more safer, or just go for the save. It's totally fine, by the way. Ooh, beautiful timing with the flash, really forcing Brandon to back off here. But anyway, here comes the engagement with the Skies, and even with the rolling thunder reaction coming from the side here. Resurgence try to slow things down from that fast push, always coming in for Paper Rex. And I think at this point, Resurgence is very used to it and already accustomed to what kind of push that Paper Rex has always been doing from A short.
But this is baiting out quite a bit of utility here from Paper Rex, as we're seeing, of course, quite a bit being expended. As of course, Ego is going to be a little bit less in that department, but yeah, he's still got 3 flashes to work with here, so I think he's still good for it. But of course, they did get the first pick here onto Resurgence, so that's going to be the first step here towards winning this first half. But they are going to be pushing here onto the B side of things here. Rella is going to tag up Germ, and he's gonna get taken down. JD Faker from the side here is also gonna be doing the work here, and now it's gonna be a bit precarious. They do make him out there on the elbow side, but Benaf with only 26 HP, he's trying to do what he can from window. And it's going to be really difficult for them as well, because they really can't rotate, because the spike is dropped right below hookah or window. By the way, Brandon was able to tie things up with Benaf, but Jet the Boy still keeping the team alive as long as possible. Gonna go for the rotation towards his background, but Pandamonia will stop him right in his tracks here and secure Paper Rex in his first half. Wow, first half swinging over to Paper Rex, and again, it's going to be a defensive side win, as we saw in map number 1. There's very little to separate these teams, as they have been really going toe to toe with one another, and it's been a good combination of utility usage in combination and individual plays as well. I think Resurgence, they definitely have been having a lot of those big coordinated attacks onto the site that has been working out well for them. But then, at the same time, they have to still contend with Paper Rex in terms of how they want to, make individual set plays. Yes, and what I find really amazing coming from both of the team, although the one thing that's really amazing is that they're able to get good trades. They always make sure, like, if someone was to fall, I make sure I take someone down with me. And look at the score right now, even though it's not tied, but it's still very similar despite being a defended side of the map. So either way, Paper Rex really well played, was able to rack up quite the amount of points for themselves. They're 2 points ahead, but maybe Resurgence will be able to tie things up. By the way, beautiful engagement with the Skies, but no one's possible to find. Pandamonia was very quick with that corner, pushing in with Jetterboy. Brandon was able to try to tie things out, still following up with the double kill. But he got a triple kill with the ghost. And let me tell you something, all headshots triple kill. This man is currently on the roll, and the last man standing, Germ SG, he has to try to make a play. Maybe he can. It's a ghost. If he can land like 4 hits, it'll be really good. But ooh, that tailway coming from the back line. I think he wanted to try to go for the backstab there, but Redla is gonna put Germ in his place. Oh, and that shower push, absolutely deadly here against the Resurgence. So they're gonna have to start the second half a little bit more behind than they would have liked. And they got a bit of distance to make up here. But again, if this is going to be their map pick and they're more comfortable on defense, we could see quite a bit of a 180. They are going full eco, and yeah, we can see, of course, that Paper Rex are going to be going full at it here. We're actually seeing a Phantom and a Vandal in the mix as well. So it'll be interesting to see if we have Resurgence being able to deal enough economic damage and steal some of the weapons, as we did see happen in the round 2 of this particular game as well. But look at this, looking for the side here of Paper Rex. Their main goal is, because currently they're totally split up, because their main goal is they do not want to push towards this side just yet. They want to see if they can go for a couple of pickoffs and slow things down, get as much information as possible. They know they have time, but of course they're not going to take it for a little bit too long. By the way, location is going to be revealed from the Sova for the side here of Paper Rex, which is totally fine. They're going to be backing off a little bit, and now they're getting ready to push towards this A, because the spike holder is currently at this A short, getting ready to push in against this Res. Oh, and this could be a little bit devastating if their map 1 attacking prowess is anything to go by. Oh, goes right past Benap, but he's not able to capitalize enough, doesn't land the burst shot here. And now Brendan will go all the way to spawn here. He's going to take down a second one, but Jab is going to take down JD Faker. And now they are going to get the plant down. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to get any more frags from this here, and looks like Mordecai and Evo, they're not going to be able to sustain here. Brandon picking up the 3K, and again, Paper Rex gonna be increasing the lead a little bit more. It's 9-5, and this looked a little bit similar to what happened in the previous map, where we did see Resurgence go 2 up after but of course, we did see Paper Rex come back into the game. Could we be seeing Resurgence do a similar thing?
Oh man, I'm actually, even if they do it, I will be super excited to see it as well. But then again, finally, maybe they may able to turn things around, because both teams is finally able to go with this full wise here. Resurgence has a fighting chance this time with the Vandals, with all for themselves. Now all they have to do is try to slow things down here. And remember, you had to take into account, with Sage, they're able to slow down pushes, but of course with the nerf on that barrier up, the wall is a little bit squishy initially before it gets a little bit all the way to its max HP. Oh, Brandon coming in from Barcelona, getting ready. Oh, by the way, beautiful timing as well, coming with the Sky Bomb and the Cyber Catch. But then again, he walks right in the face of Jan. That boy gets punished for it. But Pandemonium was able to get the trade off. And he's still going with the double kills of BNF. We're looking at a 3 versus 4 right now. And the spike has, but the main point is the spike has been planted. Paper X is able to fall back now. They don't have to be too aggressive on towards the side. They have to just hold these angles and corners. But Germ and Mordecai from every angle was able to trade off each of this member. And last man standing is going to be our dear friend Jack the Boy. Will he be able to hold out the line against 3 members of RSG?
Oh, and they're going to be able to get the defuse here. And Redlaw, he's going to be saving the Vandal at the moment. And Resurgence, they're starting their comeback hopefully here in this game. They bring it a bit closer. But I have to say that site retake, that looked very reminiscent of what we saw back on Haven. And this is really promising to see coming out from them. They're not faced by the daunting task. At Paper Rex, they were looking quite dominant, opening up that 4-point lead. But now this gives Paper Rex a chance to bounce back, of course, as they will be able to have a relatively full buy right now.
Yes, and the thing is that even though Paper Rex did lose that round, they still have enough economy to buy for themselves here. But it's the same goes for RSG. If either one of these teams were to drop by here, then they will have to fully buy again. But anyway, beautiful engagement and entry coming for the rest of the team, and instantly Team RSG was able to pick up 2 crucial members on Paper and make that 3 as well. And a beautiful timing with the aftershock too. But anyway, BNF still holding on, like last man standing here. Last man standing coming from the side here of Paper X as he tries to hold down the line. But then again, this is Egoist we're talking about. This is the man who was able to make the plays and turn all kinds of situations. But will he be able to turn things around inside a position where he doesn't really have to spike, he doesn't really have the position as well, and have no idea where's all these corners and angles. It all comes down to the side pick, which Evil is currently waiting for him to get spotted out, trying to go for the wallbang. Was able to tag Evil a little bit, dropping down all the way down to 69. Very nice, by the way.
Oh, right now we are seeing that the spike is going to actually be traversing over here. Most likely going to be heading towards B side right now, as Egoist is going to be circumventing this the players that are going to be there on the B short side of things here. He's going to actually plant inside of Metal, as looks like Jab here trying to see if he can land the wall bang, but it's going to be quite central. But Benap, though, he will be coming from spawn, and he's going to be able to clear things out. But I have to say, that aggressive play coming out from B short, out of Hookah, was absolutely paramount. It really threw Paper Rex off guard there. We saw, I think it was going to be Germ, Evo, and also Mordecai all pushing out. They managed to isolate the spike dropped by JD Faker, and that was going to really put a bit of a dampener on the plans that Paper Rex had in store, and just not a lot that they could do by the end.
That's the amazing thing coming from these teams, right? Both teams are currently switching things up, and literally what Resurgence did as well is like, all right, let's switch things up. Let's just throw them for a fit, right? We're going to be pushing 2 windows. Yes, there is a high chance that we might fall here or lose, but the fact that if we win, the impact will be very immense against Paper Rex here, because they will be caught off for surprise, and they're going to be picked off one by one, which is exactly which went according to Resurgence's plan. But now in this round here, Looks like we see even Paper Rex playing a little bit slow this time because they're alright, understanding that the fact that they might be aggressive on us, they're still taking their time, but they're prepared to push towards this B as not only the Skyboss is jumping out, but here comes the Blade Storms.
Oh yeah, and they really want to try and swing this back. They do not like the fact that they lost consecutive rounds here, but Brandon here is going to be able to get 2 straight away. Evo and Mordecai going down, but now it's going to be Germ here trading 2 back, and now looks like he's going to be able to get another one with the orbital strike here, and now this is going to be relatively even here. It did look like Paper Rex was going to make some serious inroads. Now the plant is down, but they're going to be hanging out by the elbow side of things. Pandemonia is still going to try and trap things out, and now I'm not sure what he can do. Oh, sorry, now it is appearing out and not quite able to get the defuse down. They're starting to make their push here, but there's going to be a couple trades here. Bena trying to finish off the last player, but he uses a Rolling Thunder here to slow him down, and there's nothing he can do here to really stop this.
Oh, dude, and I love the fact that he's trying to buy it a long time as possible, but he still gets the kill for it. The thing is this, right? What was amazing in that round was that both of these players, both the Brimstone and Egoist, they did want to go for kills. They just needed to buy time. So much time, and the thing is this, he had the Rolling Thunder. He had the Aftershock. That's pretty much why for the side of Resurgence, they didn't want to go for the defuse at all. They had to engage because they know the bridge is going to be such a nuisance and will interrupt it. That's pretty much why they were so aggressive. But look at the rotation. The time is coming from Egoist. He didn't mind going back and forth. He got a little bit of trade there, but the Rolling Thunder saved his life, bought him a little bit more time as well. Yeah. Absolutely amazing, Jay. Seriously.
Oh no, that was an excellent round coming out from Paper Rex. Fighting tooth and nail to win back that round, but the early 2 picks there really opened things up for them onto the site. But yeah, the hide and seek going around elbow, that was definitely entertaining to say the least. And now let's see if they can continue with this a little bit of momentum that they have here. They have the score in their favor, 10-7 now. Yes. So they're only going to be 3 rounds away from taking this entire map. But there is still going to be quite a bit of presence on B side. They have waited an extra player on here. Now there's not a lot in it here for Resurgence. They do have a Rolling Thunder here through Mordecai, so that could influence things quite substantially.
Still holding on the line as well. I see right now the rest of the team is getting ready to jump from both hookah and from the other from B long entrance. Now they're currently on towards the side by Evo. They didn't swallow Evo as Evo was able to drop down Pandemonium. But we're talking about Germ though. Germ who got the triple kill for the last time, but Redla currently on the roll but gets denied by Jack the Boy. Now we're looking at between the 2v2 here. But then again, they have Paper Rex already in position, getting ready to plant this spike inside metal. Now all they have to do is just hold down the line, just buy as much time as possible. But remember, this is Jap the Boy here, but then again, this is Brandon. All comes down to both Fraggers, who's been very iconic inside this game here. Still pushing down the computer. Possible, and they're gonna be lining up beautifully for Brandon as he just mows them down beautifully.
Oh my goodness, Brandon is gonna be very fortunate to get it lined on a platter for him like that, and yeah, he's not gonna say no at all. But yeah, Paper Rex just piling in onto the side, eventually trading out in their favor, and left with just the 2 players who rotated maybe a little bit earlier or rather later than they would have liked, and didn't see any rotation all the way over to the elbow side of things. But I think they didn't know the exact positioning. They wanted to stick a bit closer together, and now you can already see Stinger coming out here for Resurgence. They want to try and repel this with a little bit of this light buy to really stem the tide.
Oh man, I'm not a really big fan of this partial buy either, but the thing is RSG has to make a play because we're talking about like 2 more points before Paper Rex really take the win here. So we're seeing them all with Sheriffs, Frenzy, Stingers. They are going to try to do their best to pick up as many members and possibly try to take this round for themselves here. By the way, beautiful execution from both Sky Smokes and from both Brimstones. But here comes the Aftershock. Try to zone him out of this corner. Watch this Cloudburst ends. But look at the aggressive coming from Jet the Boy, but isn't getting punished by Redla, who was not very aggressive about it. He already anticipated someone might potentially come through, but instead was able to get a beautiful trade-off, and now looking for a 5v3 as Redla was able to get another double kill, picked up a headshot by the way on Germ.
Oh, and Paper Rex, they're taking their time with this round. They know that the buys are not going to be great here for Resurgence, and they want to prevent them from coming back in this game, as they know they would do the same thing here. But Paper Rex, they're starting their push. They're going to be able to trade one onto site here. But oh, the shot here for Mordecai. It's going to use the Frenzy at close range, taking it down Rella, but there is still going to be additional presence. But it's actually put a stop onto Paper Rex. But Pandemonia getting taken down. Mordecai going to say thank you very much for the gun. It's going to be able to continue to exact more pressure, and it's still going to get the heal to boot.
Anyway, now, but remember, Spike has been planted 2v2, and both Breach is still alive. Eagle is going to be popping out the Rolex. He's going to be coming in as well, because he just want to buy a little more time. He finds the man, but the Spike is being defused. They don't know about it, and oh no, that's right, they barely got him at the very last second. JD Faker playing with the time was just less than a second away to save the day.
Oh, the plays there, Mordecai, try to go for the defuse, not happening there. And I guess they played it as well as they could have, but it turns out the post plant here just too good here, despite the fact that they used a Rolling Thunder to try it. We are on map and match point here as Paper Rex looks to close things out here in our first match of Group B.
Anyway, but now Resurgence, they have full buys. This is the last round. Resurgence has only literally one shot to do this. They were very close in the last round with that partial buy. Not the best of weapons for sure, but they did significant amount of damage. Now it just comes down to who's going to be taking that first pick here and landing this one. Here comes the Hunter's Fury, coming from the side here of our dear friend Paper Rex JD Faker, but here comes a beautiful engagement, going to be getting a beautiful kill on Jab the Boy. Van was able to retaliate back and get a beautiful trade-off, making it just to a 4v4.
Oh, JD Faker doing a little bit of damage to his teammate there, but I think he's, for the most part, it hasn't influenced too much here. But oh, Resurgence getting the reds off here, and they're going to get 2 kills. But after, in quick succession, the tempo swing here is substantial. Currently, Benaf is going to isolate one here in the cubby side of things here. He's got nowhere to go, but it's not close enough here to deal enough damage. Oh, that's nerfed there, Benaf. You're not going to be able to deal enough damage here. And oh, Redla's punishing him. And from that down situation here, Resurgence, they've been to 1v1 scenario. This is a must-win here for Jap the Boy. He's going to be utilizing the new effect. He catches out Redla, and Resurgence, they keep their hopes alive here, and they're going to bring it up to 8.
Oh my lord, Jab the Boy! I told you this from the first game on the Haven. If you want to go for pickoffs, you have to get rid of Jab the Boy. Even in a 1v2 situation, he still was able to make the magic happen, Jay.
Oh, indeed. And yeah, the tempo swing proved to be crucial there. And now we're seeing the judge coming out here from Germ. So see if he's going to be able to hold him down. They're going to have a bit more of aggressive play over at the hookah side, but there's not a lot of presence coming in here from Paper Rex. I think they want to try and stay away from these close quarter battles as much as possible, as they do want to close things out now and not in the next round or any round thereafter. They're going to be over here on the shower side, 3 players, while they still clear things out in A-Shore as well.
But anyway, here comes the Thunders. The Thunder starts rolling in, trying to zone it out, and that's going to allow Brandon to tailwind and pick up Jataboy. Jataboy's out of commission, but Brandon still holding on the line, picked up both Pandemonia and Brandon. Now it's going to be coming down to a 3v4, but then again, on the side here, Paper Rex, they lost one member, but Eagles with the wall back and headshot on Mordecai. There goes the break. They can't go for the play. He's trying to go for the block off, but Evo with the double kill, and with the Spectre still holding on, and RSG, they turn things around once again.
Oh my goodness, and they didn't even have the chance to plant down the spike. Ego is taking his time. He waited for the site to be a little bit more secure, but it wasn't going to be, as Benaf got the double kill there over by the loading bay side of things, and with that, it was buying enough time for the rotation to fully come through, and now Resurgence, they're closing the gap. Now, they're living on the edge here, but this is exactly what they need to do. They need to take it round by round. Every round, it's going to be a force buy from them. For the most part, they're going to have a full set of weaponry, but now we'll see how Paper Rex want to deal with this.
And the thing is this, because Paper Rex is currently in the second lost round as well, so they did get enough money, but they're going to be saving for that third round because they know they have a lot of points up ahead for them. They don't mind, they wouldn't mind losing here, but coming from the side here of Brandon's aggressive play with the Blaze Storm, he doesn't care. Like, he has nothing to lose here. He's getting ready for this skybomb initiation coming from his teammate Brimstone, and he's just pretty much just gonna tailwind and pick up anyone he sees. Especially you literally look at his cursor, he's currently getting ready and deciding at which angle does he want to spot out first. But he holds back, getting ready for the timing. There goes the flash, but that's the initiation over the skybomb. But Cyber Cage retaliation coming from the side here via RSG. They try to hold on the line, and majority of the map, even Orbital Strike, I believe this is not even trying to zone them out, it's just trying to give them a little bit more cover as they push into the side here. But Blaze Storm will be able to pick off Evo, and there goes that barrier off that's going to be slowing down any pushes. But oh my lord, Brandon with the arm drag, but gets spotted down, and Jim holding down the line. It's going to be coming down to a 1v1, but then again, our dear friend, but that nobody still was able to get the headshot on Egoist, and Resurgence will come into another round.
Oh my god, I'm on the edge of my seat here. Look at that take here. Really just bodies falling where Benaf though able to really touch it out there right when Resurgence needed him the most, and that's already 2 rounds where they've been on match point and they won out with 1v1 situation. So Resurgence, can they do this? They are 2 points away from bringing us into our first overtime here of the Royal Sea Cup.
Dude, that was absolutely amazing. But then again, at the same time, Paper Rex, it was an eco round for them, and they did so much damage. They dropped 4 members of Resurgence in that round. But then, of course, this is the third loss here, so they're going to be having a lot of money. But oh my lord, the trader was great, but the punishing was so much more painful for the side of Resurgence. And once again, Mordecai was able to get a beautiful wall bang on Brandon, denying him that jet up combination. Now it all comes down to a 3v3. Who's initiated and whose engagement will be better?
Oh, and yeah, they're trying to see, can they reclaim the operator there, as might prove to be very useful. But the Sky Smoke's coming down here onto A, but it's going to be a bit of a fake as we see that there's going to be a bit more presence on the hookah side. But we're seeing actually a little bit of reconsidering how to go about this. They want to fake the again here, and we're not seeing that quick of a rotation from Resurgence. It's still 3-3 apiece, and they have to really get this right if they want to be able to get another round on the board.
Dude, the mind games is happening. Like, initially I was thinking that, oh my god, Resurgence just read what Paper Rex was doing. But both of them even stopped in their tracks. Like, what if they didn't go for this B push? They started rotating all the way towards this A. And now we might see a potential conclusion as this match is going to be initiating. Oh, but that trade-off coming from both Mordecai and JD Faker was exceptionally huge here. But this fight is going to be finally planted. Sadly, Paper Rex was able to buy a little bit more time in this potentially last round, but JD Faker was able to tie things down. Now it's going to be down to a 1v2 here. Now it all comes down to Jet the Boy. Will he be able to pull off another cosplay? But it's not going to be enough, as JD Faker will get the drop on Jet the Boy. And ladies and gentlemen, Paper Rex will win a clean 2-0 in this best of 2.
Oh, Jab the Boy, we've seen some clutch plays coming out from the lad here, but it wasn't meant to be, as he's not able to clutch things out right at the end. And yeah, unfortunately, just not having a lot of the necessary utility to be able to go for the retake there. Nothing on the Cypher, and of course, Evo on the Sage. Just not a lot left in the tank, and they were going to be able to hold those close angles. And boy, what a game, as we saw Resurgence really push Paper Rex right to the edge here. But it does look like Paper Rex going to be the more seasoned team in being able to overcome these type of high intensity encounters.
Yeah, dude, and I'm seriously, Jay, you had no idea. I'm feeling the heat here. It's absolutely intense here at the Castle Center, just watching that game as well. Like, the thing is just, when the minute we just thought like, all right, Paper Rex is just going to close things out with 12-7, right? 13-7. But Resurgence, they didn't give in. They're like, you know what? The game's not over. That's pretty much why I can't decide who's better at this really super aggressive. Both teams, firepower, absolutely insane. Retakes, absolutely insane. Defense, when the situation calls for it, each of their members, even if we didn't really highlight them in the first game, in the second game, they popped off. And I'm like, yo, Redler, calm down, boy. Even Germ, on the other hand, like, sure, Germ was amazing in the first game, but this game, when it comes down to the defense, when the game's on the line, everyone in both of these teams is in their prime, and they just stomp both sides. Really well played from both of these teams. But of course, kudos to Paper Rex for getting that 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, this is really exemplified whenever we had these monster site takes, and it was different players stepping up to the challenge to take it down. Germ, I think, really getting into the fray of things here. And of course, we did have two 1v1s there that Resurgence needed to win. I think Jab was involved one of them, and Benaf as well. And of course, people playing, Ring Around the Rosie around L Labs there. Yeah, I mean, this is exciting stuff here for two very well matched teams. But unfortunately, we can only have one that comes out on top. And I think Paper Rex, they are going to be worthy winners here, looking at how things are. But of course, anything can change in the other matches, as we do have 5 more matches here coming out from Group B.
And the thing is this, right? It's not really over for Resurgence. They lost 1, but they still have 2 more teams to go here. So they still have a chance to bounce back and be one of the 2 teams to enter that playoffs. And it's not even guaranteed for Paper Rex either. But with the current performance coming from both of these teams, I am so looking forward to how they'll be contending against the Korean and Japanese team later on. And I'm super psyched for that, Jay.
Oh yeah, and I think it's going to be exciting matchups all across the day here, and I think the 2 Singaporean teams are going to feel pretty chuffed with how they started the day. Arguably, some teams just not able to get fire on all cylinders, but I think we've seen quite a bit here from both of the teams to really say that they're going to be able to bust it out when it's needed the most. But of course, it's all down to the consistency and looking at whether they can continue to deliver. As we did see, is at the end of the day going to be a collection of people going to be able to really rise to the challenge. Some people did struggle, I would say, in the second map there. Evo just not able to get a lot. Of course, he was on the nerf stage, so probably not expected to see too much in the way of benefits there. But strange to see as well that Resurgence moving off from the Jet, and in particular when Benaf is still going to be trying to bust out the operator plays as well.
The thing is, I believe is because Resurgence is sort of came to this game with a certain mindset. Right? They were very tactical, very strategical as well. Like they're like, sure, Sage did get nerfed, but we still can play around this barrier. Or we may not use it to be able to hold pushes or slow things down, but we're able to set up for those spike plans. Because how many times when they were on that attacking round that even Paper Rex had such a hard time to deal with it, and so many times like even Brandon had to commit all bullets on that barrier because he knows a plant is happening, and every member was just hitting that wall. They're like, break it down, because once this spike gets planted down, they're gonna be falling back to an angle, which is very delirious for the rest of the team to really deal with here.
Yeah, I would dare say that these tactics are not too new for sure. Because of course when Sage is very much in the meta, that these are the kind of plays that you get the plant down onto bind, and both teams favoring the Brimstone as well. Definitely working wonders for them, as they did value the kind of value that he brings, despite falling overall out of the meta as compared to Omen, which I think compared to the first map, we did see quite a bit of diversity here as on Haven. I think both teams lining up with what is standard at the moment.
Yes, meta status for sure. And the thing is, I believe in this case, in this they prefer the Brimstone Omen a little bit better. Although yes, the Omen is definitely better in both mobility and its dark cover, the rate is a little bit bigger. But Brimstone just allows you to have multiple smokes at one, because let's be honest, point A and point B, there is so many angles, so many corners that you have to look out for, and having those skyballs just literally helps things to set up for them. So very tactical coming from both of this team, but definitely is more obvious coming from the side of Resurgence, as they were trying to make full use of their barrier ult. But I think what they didn't really take into account of the aggressiveness that's going to be coming out for Paper Red here, because they were being so offensive on that attacking side, but when it came to this defensive side, she was positioning a little bit more as a rotation. I wouldn't call her a lurker, but she's always rotating in between, getting ready to just slow down those pushes with that barrier ult.
Yeah, and I think it has been finding quite a bit of usage, and I think when we saw the Resurgence try to throw Paper Rex off when they push out of Hookah into B short, that was excellent play coming up from them. And I guess with the composition that Resurgence was bringing, they didn't have the Sova, so they don't have a lot of intel on the board for them. So especially when they're playing on defense, they kind of have to rely on these aggressive push-outs every now and then to kind of get an inkling. Otherwise, they're always going to be at the mercy of the Paper Rex players.
Yeah. I guess in this case, it's just the priority is different, right? But even during the mid plays or the early stage all the way to the stage of the game, we realize that both teams is constantly changing things up. They always ensure like, all right, if I am holding down this angle, I'm not gonna do this for the next round. I'm always gonna switch to another location. Keep changing my tactics and my positioning. That way, it's gonna be throwing my opponent team off. And constantly, we see Resurgence and even Paper Rex was able to just throw either one of the members. Definitely not the whole team. Maybe the whole team was from that hookah push for sure. Coming from the side here of Resurgence, they caught Paper Rex off guard. They're like, "Why are you out here? I expected a jet, not the two of you."
Yeah, exactly. And I think exactly that's what's needed, because both of these teams, I would say, when they're on their attacking side, really show very strong aggression,
Yes.
or when they're committed to the push, they are going to hit hard. And if you're not ready to deal with that, you're going to be in trouble. And because of that, we haven't seen a lot of the defensive sides, or for both of these teams over both maps, really being too out there. So that was a nice play coming out from them to really shake things up. But the tempo that PRX are able to demonstrate, it's got the full spectrum, I feel, because we saw in Haven how they can be absolutely dynamite, absolutely, moving onto the site with very little hesitation and notice given to the Resurgence players. But we did see a bit more tempered approach when it came to buying. But I think in 1 or 2 rounds, they still showed that they can bust in there, and Brendan showing as well what he can do with a Blade Storm.
Oh yes, definitely. Brendan as a duelist is definitely going to be really iconic as well. But I'm a big fan of Egoist a little bit more better. Sure, I mean Egoist wasn't able to get as many kills compared to Brendan, or was able to duel as much. But Egoist is he's like one of those playmakers and decision maker that really turns down the fight. I don't know how many times he just waited, just very patient. He knows he could have gone and go for a fight, but he waited. The timing of his aftershock, rolling thunder, even try to buy enough time. But same goes for Resurgence. They also realized that we can't diffuse with the existence of Egoist, who was the breach in that last round. They had to take this fight. So this definitely tells me that both of these teams fully understands and also very calm in their decision when, especially in a very precarious situation. They're like, you know what? Fine, we can't diffuse. We had to pick up this guy. Whereas Egoist, on the other hand, who was playing around labs, he was like, I can't die.
Yeah,
I just had to slow things down.
No, he was making Benaf jump over hoops and everything to chase him.
Mouse, baby.
Yeah, and but he was making full use of the blast packs, but unfortunately you can see the black pass usage from Benaf, a little bit reminiscent of pre-patch, I dare say, but of course still gonna deal some damage, so I can't say that it is not a play that is not going to be on the card. So Benaf, switching off from the jet, not very common that we've seen from any of the teams so far here at the Royal Sea Cup to not bring the meta favorite for wielding the operator for your given team.
But anyway, just a real question for you, Jay. Both of these teams, or both of these games, are they PlayOfTheJay worthy?
Oh, of course. I think all their plays are better than my plays. Let's put it that way. So I mean,
being nice.
Definitely they would be PlayOfTheJay. So, but I think looking at them, we've seen every player really step to the plate when it mattered the most in certain situations. So I think with all these things considered, even players who didn't have such a great game like maybe Evo, well, as indicated more from the scoreline rather than anything else, was part of that 3-man push out of the B short side for the defense on Resurgence. So it was not just that, it was also setting up the wall to effectively funnel any of the players out from the market side of things that wanted to try and take the spike back.
Yeah, just... Now, I'm like having these flashbacks to all the previous plays and strategies both being used from the team. Just every time, and the thing is, it's very quick reaction from both of the team. Like if Resurgence is going to do this strat, like this barrier and push and go for the plan, instantly Paper Rex, like after witnessing like once or twice, they're like, all right, this is how we deal with this. This is the position we want to go for. We're not going to go for long roundabouts. We can push through because they have the skills to really make up for it too, despite the previous situation. Although yes, kudos to the Sage. He knows he had to hold down that room, but Red Lava was just too quick with it as well. So each of these teams here, their firepower is just exceptional, but not as much as Brandon and even the rest of the team, or Jab the boy. Oh my god. We've been saying his name so many times, and I'm just like, I can't get enough of it, because when it comes down to all of their firepower from each of the teams is just it's phenomenal. I can't even do that. If I wanted to, I can't. It's probably going to take me like years to do it. But they got it down within months.
Yeah, well, I mean, these guys are going to be very experienced in their own right, and while
Yeah.
Valorant is more a younger esport most, we would definitely say that these guys, they have the experience and the skills to bust it out, and we're going to see a constant evolution as well from these teams. I mean, we did talk about how Resurgence, they are going to be relatively younger, only formed last month, and as a result, maybe have not practiced as much together, though they might have played together in other esports. So even with the likes of Paper Rex having more tournament experience in Valorant under their belt, I dare say that they always have to reinvent themselves to a certain extent, to keep up with the times, and it's always going to be who is going to be able to do that best, that really comes out on top.
Yeah, definitely for sure. All this is very important in terms of experience as well, because it really just gives you that slight edge, even though it's slight edge, but it's still an advantage that every players want to take because they really want to become that top 2 teams to go towards that players. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be pretty much from me, YoloLee, and PlayOfTheJay. Hope you guys enjoy it, because right now we're going to be passing back to our amazing panel who's going to be doing all the analysis just for you guys. Avo, Gideon, Zero, please take it away.